Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple Lunar Rose Love and Astrology Night. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Leo full moon. Guys, please remember we are multi streaming. So, tonight we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I see everyone coming in, multiple cameras tonight. So, you should be able to see my face. You should be able to see the cards. And of course, they've made you a video as we work through the Leo full moon energy. All right, guys, come in, get comfortable, grab a water. I'm going to pull my notes up. I have a little video, of course, for you guys to watch as everyone is coming in. Welcome, welcome. I see YouTube is working, Facebook coming in. Welcome. All right, guys. So tonight is Leo full moon energy. I am going to read for the collective and I will offer some mini readings at the end. So, like I said, come in, get comfortable, grab your water. Jenna, welcome. Sherry, I'm so glad you can be with us tonight. All right, let me get my notes pulled up so we can get through it pretty quickly. Guys, make sure to have your birth charts. We're going to go over all of the rising signs. If you guys don't know what your rising sign is, please reach out to me and I will help you find that information. Vanessa, welcome. Let me know, ladies, sound is okay before I get started. Let me get an audio check. I have a little bit of an issue over, it looks like on YouTube. Um, but Facebook and Twitch look okay. So I feel like it's probably just YouTube. Let me pull up Twitch real quick just to make sure. How is everybody doing? Is everybody buried in the snow like me? We found the front porch today. So that was something. We did have a pipe bust today, which kind of stinks, but it got fixed pretty quickly. So could have been worse, right? I imagine lots of people are going to be dealing with busted pipes with all of this cold, right? Sound is good on Facebook. Audio check is good on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep going. Man, it's still there, so I don't know. I don't know what it is. It might be like internet, but I'm not getting an internet check. All right, let me get over to my notes. Sherry says, I've been in bed for 3 days. I feel like I slept so much the last few days that I couldn't remember, like, is it morning? Is it night? What day is it? But yeah, last 4 days been buried in the snow, in the cold, and went out today. Messina went out to try to shovel the porch off. It was like these big chunks of ice snow. I've never seen nothing like that. But definitely super super cold. It is starting to melt a little bit, so hopefully the next couple of days, we'll get through it. Right. Star Lova, welcome. I wondered, Jenna. I was gonna ask you. I watched it and I seen where you were getting up to like I seen where it was like 18 inches, and then I stopped watching after that. So Jenna says we got 20 inches of snow, 3 foot drifts covered the whole car. Absolutely. Sherry says same, sleeping hard. I know, me too. But it is a time of rest, guys. So don't be beating up on yourselves. Like we are supposed to be resting right now. That is what we are supposed to be doing. I know everybody's like, oh, it's the new year, yada yada. Call me on April 17th, but not Aries new moon comes out. All right, I've got my notes. Let me get to it really quickly because it is a lot, and I do want to make sure we get into it. We're gonna do transits, February transits. I'm gonna do those next Tuesday, guys. So we're gonna go over all the transits next Tuesday. I am gonna talk to you about the first few days of February tonight because the Leo full moon does come in on the first. So we're going to talk about that information. We're going to talk about Uranus as well because it's also making a pretty big transit move as well. So we're going to touch on that too. And then next Tuesday, we'll go over all of the transits. Okay, so every single one of them, including the Leo full moon. But I didn't want it to get past us and us not give it. I didn't want to shove it in with all the transits and then it not get, the credit it needs. I wouldn't have time to share all of this information if we were doing all the transits too. Jenna says, I paid someone to shovel. I completely understand that. All right, let's get to it. So February's full snow moon, okay, 2026 comes in February 1st, 5:09 p.m. Eastern time. I'm Central time, guys, so just take that and correlate with your time zone. Let's see what else. Uh, so the full moon is going to rise in the sign of Leo. It's going to arrive at a moment when really the whole world is seeking balance between division and unity. So this is a very powerful moon that's happening right now. It's happening between this lunar event is powerful, but it's something that's like emerging. And then we're going to talk about the Aquarius eclipses as well, because I feel like that's what's emerging with this Leo full moon. But it's reminding us that we're going through some complex challenges and we each need to hold our own inner fire. We each need to find our way forward in a very confident and compassionate way. And this Leo full moon is going to do that. Jenna, this is your full moon. All right, so here's the key themes for this full moon. It's grounded energy and hopeful inspiration. So grounded energy and hopeful inspiration. All right, let's break that down a little bit. So Leo energy is shine in your power, right? Because it's the spotlight, the star of the show, Leo. But this energy with the full moon is shine in your power with purpose. So the moon is going to illuminate the need for authentic leadership, both in our communities and within ourselves. Pay attention to how much the Leo full moon talks about what's happening around us, but also what's happening within as well. Okay, it is a time when public discourse often feels polarized. This energy is going to champion the quiet strength of integrity and the brave clarity of speaking your truth with your heart. All right, so analysis. No, a widespread yearning for genuine leadership and trustworthy institutions. I mean, you can just turn your TV on and understand that. So you want to let this moon be your personal prompt to step into your own authority. Lead a community project, voice a thoughtful idea at work, or simply stand firm in your values with this full moon at this time. Your authentic power is a gift to the world that needs steady, real voices at this time. All right, you want to celebrate your authentic self, of course, with this Leo full moon beyond the noise. So it's going to be a call to shed performative masks, resonate deeply in an age of online personas. The moon and Leo is going to invite a joyful rebellion, a courage to be unapologetically you. And it's going to help you prioritize real passion over external approval. You want to nurture meaningful connections with the Leo full moon as well. This full moon is going to help you build bridges. Its focus is on relationships. So the moon is going to highlight your universal need for connection, even across differences. It's going to encourage us to nurture bonds with empathy and to see relationships as the foundational network for a healthier society. Talk about perfect for what we need at this time. All right. I do want to talk to you about the Regulus. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So the moon is passing in front of this royal star called the Regulus. It's known to be a symbol for noble leadership. Again, something that's pretty interesting at this time. It is going to be a very rare and special sight. Symbolically, it's a celestial moment where our shared humanity, the moon, gently I can't say it, old paradigms of success and leadership, which is that Regulus star. So watch for this event as a metaphor. It's going to encourage us to define success by the heart and integrity. All right, here's the bigger picture. So the bigger picture, Leo full moon, what's it mean? It means we're rebuilding with hope. The full moon is radiant and a crucial step in 2026 broader theme of rebuilding and reclaiming. It asks us to first solidify our personal courage and joy, which is Leo energy, as the essential fuel for collaborative, innovative rebuilding, highlighted by the upcoming Aquarius solar eclipse. We're going to talk more about that next Tuesday when we go over the February transits. The path forward is built one brave, authentic act at a time. All right, here's the rising signs. Everybody has their charts. Everybody knows what their rising sign is. Drop your rising sign in the chat for me. Mine is Cancer. All right, so I'm going to start with Aries, and I'm going to work my way around the zodiac as soon as I grab a drink of water. Remind me, everybody, what's your rising sign? All right, here we go. Aries rising. So this full moon is going to light up your fifth house of creativity, pleasure, and romance. You're going to feel a strong pull towards joy, playful self-expression, and heartfelt connections. It's going to be a time to let your inner child out to play. You want to start a creative project purely for fun at this time. Ask someone out, plan a special date, simply engage in activities that make you feel most alive and confident. Your authentic enthusiasm is magnetic with the Leo full moon. That's going to be for Aries rising. I see Virgo rising in the chat, Aquarius rising, Cancer rising. Sherry, you're a Cancer sun and Cancer rising. I know everybody would think I would remember by now, but it's hard. There's so many charts. All right, Taurus rising is next. So here's the experience with Leo full moon for Taurus rising. The moon is going to illuminate your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. Emotions regarding your private life, family dynamics, or sense of security can come to the surface. You could be asked to express your heart authentically within your closest circles, Taurus rising. So here's how you can best work with the Leo full moon. You could host a heartfelt gathering at home, creating a space that reflects your true style, or have a courageous, loving conversation with a family member. You could nurture your roots so that your spirit can bloom with the Leo full moon. All right, Gemini rising. Here's your experience. This energy is going to activate your third house of communication, community, and mind. So you'll need to express your ideas, stories, and truths with more confidence and drama. Conversations may feel charged with personal importance. How Gemini rising can work with Leo full moon will be to write, speak, or share your ideas from the heart. Teach a small workshop, express affection to a sibling or neighbor, or use your voice in a local community manner. Your words will carry extra warmth and power. Gemini rising. If you're Cancer rising like me, the full moon is going to highlight your second house of values, income, and self worth. So matters of personal value, finances, and what you truly treasure will come to focus. It's about recognizing your inherent worth and expressing it confidently. You'll want to take a step that affirms your value, negotiate payments, launch a side project you believe in, or simply list out your non-material riches, skills, qualities, that type of thing. Invest in what brings you genuine joy. Cancer rising. All right, if you're a Leo rising. Leo rising, the Leo full moon is going to impact your first house of self, identity, and appearance. The full moon's energy is directly personal for you. You're in a celestial spotlight with this full moon. It's a feeling of powerful urge to shed any inauthentic layers and be seen for who you truly are. It's going to be a time to shine for Leo rising. You want to update your look to reflect your inner self. Take a bold step forward on a personal goal, or simply allow yourself to be the center of attention with gracious confidence. Own your narrative, Leo rising. All right, if you're a Virgo rising, the moon is going to blow in your 12th house of spirituality. So release and the unconscious. This is a more private, internal full moon for you. You may process deep emotions, receive intuitive insights, or feel a call to release old fears or patterns that keep you from shining. You want to engage in restorative, creative solitude, journal, meditate, or create art that explores your subconscious. Compassionately release a self critical thought. Rest is an act of reclaiming power. Virgo rising. All right, Libra rising. Tim, welcome. So this is going to light up your 11th house of friendships, groups, and hopes. Your social circle, team collaborations, or long-held dreams are illuminated with this full moon. You may see where you need to step into a leadership role among friends or align with communities that celebrate the real you. You'll want to share visionary ideas with your network. You'll want to organize a fun group event. You'll want to reconnect with a friend who inspires your confidence. Your social sphere is a source of joy and validation. Libra rising. All right, Scorpio rising. So the full moon is falling in your 10th house of career, reputation, and public role. So this is going to bring a spotlight to your professional life or public image. You're going to be encouraged to lead with your heart and authenticity and your ambitions and to own your achievements. You'll want to confidently present a project or idea at this time, accept recognition graciously. Ask yourself if your current path allows for true creative expression. Align your career with your passion with this Leo full moon, Scorpio rising. All right, Sagittarius rising is next. Okay, so for Sagittarius rising, this is going to energize your ninth house of belief, adventure, and expansion. So your philosophies will thirst for adventure or desire to share your truth. It's going to be heightened at this time. You may feel a passionate need to teach, publish something, or explore a culture that calls to your heart. You'll want to plan an inspiring trip or enroll in a class that excites you or write, teach about a topic that you're passionate about. Step out of your routine into an experience that makes you feel more alive and confident. Sagittarius rising. All right, guys, we're almost through all of them. We're at Capricorn rising next. We do have lots of Cancer rising. We also have lots of Scorpio rising as well. All right, Capricorn. So the moon is going to illuminate your eighth house of intimacy. This is shared resources and transformation. So deep emotional bonds, financial partnerships, and psychological patterns could surface. It's about embracing vulnerability as strength and owning your power within intimate dynamics. You'll want to have courageous, open hearted conversations about needs or finances with a partner at this time. You'll want to release an old emotional burden. And you'll want to see collaboration as a creative, empowering act, not just a duty. All right, Aquarius rising is next. So this is going to activate your seventh house of partnerships and significant others. All one-on-one relationships, romantic, business, or close friendships are under expressive Leo. The theme is balancing your individuality with partnership and encouraging others to shine as well. You'll want to celebrate your partners or collaborators' successes at this time. Express your needs and affections boldly but generously. Seek partnerships that feel like joyful, creative collaborations and not constraints. Right, Pisces rising, last one. So this full moon is going to lighten your sixth house, the sixth house of daily routine. self
You're
and
invited to
service.
find joy,
You're invited to find
creativity, and a
joy,
sense of personal
creativity, and a
pride in
sense
your
of
daily
personal
work.
pride in your
Health
daily
habits
work.
and acts of
Health
service.
habits and acts of service.
Ask yourself, how can you
Ask
infuse your
yourself, how can you
routine with more
infuse your
heart?
routine with more heart?
Approach your task with playful
Approach your task
creativity.
with playful
Start a joyful
creativity.
form of
Start a
movement like
joyful form
dance.
of movement like
Organize your
dance.
workspace to
Organize your
inspire you.
workspace to
Helping
inspire
others
you.
with this full
Helping
moon in a
others with this
personal,
full moon
heartfelt
in a
way will
personal,
bring
heartfelt
deep
way will bring
satisfaction.
deep
Pisces
satisfaction.
rising.
Pisces rising.
All right, here's a
All
universal
right, here's a
reminder for
universal
all signs,
reminder
no
for
matter what
all
your
signs,
rising
no matter
sign. The
what
Leo
your
full
rising
moon
sign, the
is
Leo
a
full
collective
moon
invitation
is
to
a
lead with
collective
the heart
invitation
and
to
embrace
lead
what
with the
makes you
heart, embrace
uniquely
what makes
you,
you
and
uniquely
infuse
you,
your world
and
with more
infuse your
creative
world with
passion
more
and
creative
authentic
passion
joy.
and
Look
authentic
up,
joy.
feel its inspiring light,
Feel
and
its
let your
inspiring
own
light
inner
and let
light
your own
answer
inner
back.
light answer
All right,
back.
guys, that's what I
All right,
have
guys,
for
that's what I
Leo
have
full
for
moon.
Leo full moon.
Is it echoing?
Is it
Oh
echoing?
no.
Oh no.
All right, let me change some
All right,
buttons.
let me change some buttons.
Everybody's like, it's echoing.
Everybody's like, it's echoing.
All right, I feel like YouTube was
All
trying
right,
to
I feel
tell
like
me
YouTube
at
was
the
trying to
very
tell
beginning.
me at the
My
very
bad, guys.
beginning. My bad, guys.
All right, let's see.
All right, let's see.
All right, I changed
All right, I've changed the default
default
height.
height.
Let
Let
me
me know
know if
if
that's
that's
a
a
little
little
better.
better.
If it's
It's
still
still
echoing.
echoing.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Twitch.
Twitch.
Not better? Is it still
Still
echoing? Do we still have sound issue? I don't know what you mean by no. No, not better. No, it stopped echoing. Not as bad. Okay, let's try a different one. Um. Oh.
Oh, changed it.
Okay, let me know if it's still echoing. We're back on the old mic. I'm just gonna keep talking. Hi, how is everyone? Let me know if it started echoing again. It may have just been like a glitch because I don't have um the sounds normal sounds like you're a mile away now.
Okay, I'll put it back to where everybody liked it.
And then we'll leave it there. Okay. Clearly something wrong with my mic. All right, I put it back to the default. So let me know if it stopped, if it's better. I've pulled Queen of the Moon out. A little not as bad now, Tim says. Well, hang out for a little bit, and let me know if it gets better. It stopped. Better. I swapped mics, so hopefully that's it. All right, let's do quick collective. Everybody can see the cards. Yay! Sweet. I feel like the Leo full moon snuck up on me. I didn't realize it was going to be on the first. I know you're like, Rosa, how can you not know? I feel like I've been sleeping for 4 days. Um, like I said earlier, I've been napping so much through this weather, this storm, that it's like I don't know if I wake up, is it morning, is it 7 a.m. at night? I'm taking 2, 3 naps a day. I'm getting better, Sherry. I'm getting better. I'm not as I'm still nervous. Don't let me lie. I don't know. I'm just doing it now, I guess. I do like how there's like more than one camera to look at. All right, here we go. Collective reading. Let's just check in where everybody's at. I do want to tap into Leo full moon energy. Part of the deck we have number 3, realization. Remember, I'm using the moon oracle. Oh, I forgot you guys can see it. um, so you see the keyhole, and she's standing inside the keyhole. And it talks about, when you look at the meaning and the Queen of the Moon oracle, it talks about understanding that like you were the key, or like you were the answer, or you had the answers within all along. That type of energy. Right. So that's bottom of the deck energy. So that means it's what kind of like what we're all overall feeling. All right, let's look at the masculine energy. We have number 4, acceptance. We have number 23, gratitude, coming out for bridging energy. We have number 44, attraction. How is everyone's manifestation? How is everyone's manifestation? Um, so I feel like I know, right? Because I talk to you guys pretty regularly. But also we've been talking about it in our one-on-ones. Guys, I do want to mention, someone told me this morning, you didn't realize I was still doing one-on-ones. I am still doing one-on-ones. We even do um, like phone calls as well, especially for like emergency situations. Um, so yeah, like if you're having a hard time or a tough time, not just for tarot, but you know what I'm saying, like you just need to um I don't know, like minds, right? It's really important at this time, like minds. I forgot where I was going with all of that. But yes, guys, we're still doing one-on-ones. You can email, you can message. I can book them. You can book them like if you have a emergency situation. I'm trying to like say it without saying it. All right, so Ten of Wands was flipped over already. So that's interesting. Masculine energy, it's like you're coming to some type of acceptance about something that is hard or challenging or difficult. I feel like it's something that maybe you feel like it's always going to be a struggle, or it's always going to be challenging for you for whatever reason. It's also fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Two of Cups is coming out for the feminine energy. There's gratitude and past. mm, I think it's gratitude and past partnerships. I mean, I guess it's possible that it's current partnership, equal effort, but I don't think so. I think that the feminine energy is alchemizing from past relationships. And I think that there's some acceptance about something that's challenging that the divine masculine has come to accept, right? That is allowing them to bring something in call something in. Super moon attraction is like when you're, it's not about really manifestation, it's more about alignment. It's like you're aligning to something that you want. Um, with the gratitude card and Two of Cups, the feminine, I feel like you're grateful for past relationships, and somehow that is helping you like come into alignment. It's not somehow, it's because you're able to release the negativity. You're able to release the uh, I don't know, animosity about the situation, right? All right, Justice card comes out for number 44, super moon attraction. I feel like that's just kind of confirmation because when you're in balance, um, you're in alignment, right? And you attract what it is that you want. It's again, like it's different than manifestation. It's more about alignment. It's so funny. Somebody's seen my picture. A friend. I have this friend, and you guys know Nama, um, in in um, Israel, and we try to keep in touch. You know, especially with all the stuff that is happening in the world today. And she was messaging me on Facebook, and she saw my picture where I had straightened my hair, and she said, "You look so soft, Rosa." And she was like, "It's very feminine." And I was like, "You know, yes, it is." And I do feel like I am more in my feminine energy now, right? I don't feel like I have to be in that masculine energy anymore, especially since I got out of the relationship, right? Like I feel like I'm more of where I'm supposed to be. It definitely feels more balanced inside, right? But I told her, I was like, don't get it like twisted. You know, it's definitely like inner balance. Like I can pull the badass out whenever I need to. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like I've learned. I feel like my masculine energy was more prominent before, and I was always like in everybody's face type of stuff. You know what I mean? And I was always like, I don't know, it's very aggressive energy, right? And it's like now I don't necessarily. Um, have that anymore, or divine timing, welcome, or have to be that way, I guess is what I'm trying to say anymore, right? Um, doesn't mean it's not there, doesn't mean I can't pull, you know, out a can of whoop ass when I need to. I mean, I will, I promise. But I think that because we're balancing ourselves more, like because we're like coming into um, inner union and inner balance more, then we're alignment more, which is causing us to be able to manifest faster. Does that make sense? I know. I feel like sometimes it's just like yada blah blah blah. But for me, I feel like I'm noticing it, and I'm noticing it happen like really quickly. Like I'm not like I'll think something or want something or I don't know, be drawn to something, and then it's like bam. You know what I mean? I turn around and it's, you know, within minutes it's coming or it's there or it's on the way or you know what I mean? Like it just I don't know, it's super fast. But I've been talking that's what I was gonna say earlier. I've been talking to you guys in our, you know, one on ones and um I feel like we're all doing that. Like we're all manifesting a lot quicker, even to the point that it's kind of weird. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, how did we do that, right? But it is going to be alignment, and it is going to be the inner union. I definitely feel that. So I'm a little like I'm not sure what it is. The struggle, Ten of Wands is a struggle. It's like something's challenging, something's hard for divine masculine, and I'm not sure what the acceptance is like why they would accept that this challenge is always going to be there. That's bothering me a little bit. I wasn't going to go into great detail with the collective because tomorrow night, which I'm sure you've seen on the video, I'm going to be doing our February twin flame, you know, collective reading, our monthly reading. So we'll get into much more detail then. But because the masculine energy, I can figure out the feminine pretty quickly. You're alchemizing the positivity from past relationships. You're also closing out like inner circle. You're you're prioritizing like who gets your energy. But for the masculine, I'm struggling to understand why they're either struggling to come to some type of acceptance about something that's challenging, or they're accepting it. And I wouldn't feel like spirit would say, that you should accept it, but it's always going to be hard. That's not something spirit would say. All right, so my idea is we're going to tap into the masculine energy and we're going to look at head, heart, and higher self. And then we'll do both of them tomorrow night when we look at the February collective energy. All right, so we have the focus. So it has something to do with the mind for the divine masculine. Who's Tim? How is the third eye activation? How is the all knowing or the all seeing? Do you feel like you've already had third eye activation? Do you feel like it's happening right now? Do you feel like it happens in steps? But there's definitely something challenging going on in the mind for divine masculine, 4 and 14, 414. Even could be the alignment, the manifestation. So if I'm talking to you and you're listening to me and you're like, Rosa, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been trying to manifest, shit left and right and nothing's working, then that's going to be that masculine energy. That's going to be the mind. That's going to be something weighing heavy on the mind. And whatever is weighing heavy on the mind is keeping you out of alignment, out of that inner union. Steps, happening in steps. The beauty card is coming in the heart space, but that's actually from divine feminine, because remember, divine feminine is alchemizing, seeing the beauty of a situation, understanding like why they had certain relationships, what the point of it was, what they needed to learn. Self-love is coming out, and peace is on the bottom. I feel like the divine masculine could be struggling a little bit more than the divine feminine, maybe even with the Leo full moon. I think that the divine feminine is coming into inner union. Um, which I mean, yes, makes sense because I feel like we've always talked about how the divine feminine is always like a few steps ahead or always like a little bit ahead of the divine masculine. So it would make sense that the divine feminine feels that inner union and that inner balance and then is manifesting a lot quicker. I'm not saying the divine masculine isn't manifesting a lot quicker, but it does feel like there's some type of challenge, and the challenge has something to do with the mind and also self-love. So it may just be like being too hard on yourself. It may just be not allowing yourself rest. Um, but I don't know. There's something to do with the mind. All right, let's pull a guidance card. And then I'm going to offer readings tonight, guys. So if you're here, you're joining me live. Sound is glitchy again. Tim says nothing is working for me because I haven't taken action. Well, at least you know. Vanessa wants to do Leo full moon. All right, Spirit, help us with the fan. Let's get some clear guidance. Women and treehouse. Let's do both of them. Let me know if it stopped. Did it stop being glitchy? I don't have any. It's funny, like when we first started, it was super bad. show me like there's feedback on YouTube. Let me know, Vanessa. Is it doing it over on Facebook? It might just be like internet. I mean, just have to like talk through it. Sound is a little off. All right. I'm gonna read the woman card out of the book, and hopefully it'll clear up, and we can keep going. But it's probably just gonna be internet. We're on regular. It's storming here, y'all. It's gonna happen. All right, let's do the woman card. Receptive, creative, material, maternal, independent, interpersonal, intuitive. The feminine aspect is in everyone, and choosing Tree of Life card opens you up to be receptive to some ideas that you previously would not consider. This can allow you to absorb and embrace new information and generate good things that you may wish to champion a cause or succeed through compassionate approaches. Creating and envisioning is essential when you choose Tree of Life woman card. Often systems and structures fail because of the lack of vision and creative solutions. Now is the time for you to share your visions and demonstrate how your receptive and nurturing qualities can change the world. You're at your most persuasive in all the right ways right now. I feel like that's going to be feminine guidance. It's almost like confirmation of what we talked about with the feminine energy being a little bit ahead. All right, let's look at the treehouse then for the divine masculine. All right, creating security, ingenuity, skills, usefulness, development of plans, collaboration, relocation, amusing nature, childish pranks, destitution, or making do. All right, when you choose the Tree of Life house card, your gifts of collaboration and ingenuity are enormous. You are in a very constructive time when dreams can be made into reality. This is an invitation to be inventive, to work with nature, and create a sense of security for yourself and others. I think Tim hit the nail on the head when he was like, nothing's happening, but I'm not taking any action. So it could just be that, like, that could be what's happening in the mind for the divine masculine. Like, you could just know that you're not taking some action that you need to be taking, and that could be weighing heavy on your mind. All right, it says be lofty and unafraid to bring your visions into reality. Tree's life power card points to all the factors that create a sense of security in your life, as well as your own willingness to create a space which allows you to dream and see those dreams come true. Now more than ever, you can bring your creative efforts into three-dimensional reality. It may take collaboration and planning, patience and hard work, but it may be well worth it if you can make your dreams real. So I definitely feel like a little bit of split guidance for the feminine. The feminine energy, it was like, oh my gosh, keep going, right? You're doing great. You're aligning, you're alchemizing, you're turning all that pain into love. You're turning all the, you know, the negativity to positivity, right? Like that's the whole point. With the masculine, it's definitely more about there's going to be something about the mind. So I don't know what's happening. You're either telling yourself you can't do something, talking down to yourself. There's going to be something about the self love coming in the higher self position as well. So it's almost like your higher self is asking you to have more self care or, I don't know, be kinder to yourself. That's what it is. Be kinder to yourself. Maybe, maybe because the negative thoughts are more towards yourself. It's more towards the lack of action. That's what the thoughts are about. So maybe it's like you're manifesting more lack of action. Does that make sense? Like if you're focused on the negative thing, you're going to bring more of that negative thing. So if you're focused on, I'm not taking action, I don't know what to do, I'm not sure what step to take. I don't, the last time I took a step, it was the wrong step. It's like if you're focused on all that stuff, then you're just going to keep spinning in that cycle, right? Because where's the saying go? Where your thoughts go, energy flows. So it's like the more, excuse me, the kinder you are to yourself, the kinder you speak to yourself, and understand that whatever it is you think you haven't done, or whatever the action is that you think you are taking too long to do, I'm not saying you're not causing delays. Like we do that, we cause delays, but like there's a reason for everything, there's purpose for everything, and whatever is taking you longer to take action in, you're learning something, you're becoming stronger, wiser, braver, all those things, right? So I don't know. There's something about needing some compassion and empathy for the masculine energy when it comes to whatever their mind is going on about when it comes to actions. All right, I'm gonna leave that there, and then I'm gonna swap this out just really quickly. I can puff on my paper. All right, so Leo full moon tonight. I'm gonna pull a Queen of the Moon card, and I'm gonna tell you what the Leo full moon energy that is coming in for you. Talking to heaven, of course. If anyone is interested, please let me know in the chat. I also want to point out that I messed up, and I knew that my something about that Leo moon just wasn't quite right. But I missed part of my notes because I missed telling you guys about Uranus, and that's pretty important. So let me go back up here. I don't see how I could have missed that. Oh, I see it right there. All right. Supporting celestial events. So I told you about the Regulus occultation. I'm probably saying that wrong. But again, just a big star out in the sky, and the moon is passing in front of it. And it does mean that we are like shining a light on leadership at this time and what is needed to have successful leadership, right? Like we're collaborating and realigning with that energy. But then we also have Uranus going direct. That's what it was. Uranus direct, February 3rd. And this is welcoming breakthrough energy. So just days after the Leo full moon, Uranus, the planet of innovation, is going to stabilize its motion. And this is going to mirror a societal potential to break free from old financial and systemic stalemates with inventive solutions at this time. All right. It's important you know about Uranus because it's about to come shake some shit up. All right. Okay. But the other thing that I forgot to talk to you about, look on the screen. What did you manifest last year's Lionsgate? Because that's what's coming up this Leo full moon. So think about it. Last August, the 8-8 portal, what were you doing? What were you, where was your mind? Where were your thoughts? Here's the thing about the Lionsgate portal that I feel like most people really miss out on. Um, it's the easiest portal to manifest. It's the easiest portal because it's the one, where the star like lines up to the little Egyptian pyramid every year. People say that this happens because, light codes are being sent down. And then we receive these light codes, and then that's how come we're able to manifest easier at this time. It's like a portal is opened, right? And whether you know what you're doing or not, you can manifest just by your thoughts. We were just talking about that with masculine energy. Like, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking about? So think about what were you doing around Lionsgate, the 8-8 portal 2025, and where were your thoughts? Where was your mindset? What were you thinking around that time? Because this Leo full moon is very much like a conclusion, right? Like a wrapping up the last 6 months and whatever you were manifesting or whatever you were thinking about or whatever you were coming in alignment with could be coming or already has arrived before this full moon. Tim McKee, absolutely. All right. Oh, Tim's a Leo moon. This is your moon. It's Jenna's moon too. All right, here we go. Let me go up here. Oh, I know I've seen others. Bradley 86. I love it when I can see both the cards and you. Oh, Sherry says, not just the weather got me. I've been down. God said, sit down. Yes, God made half the nation sit down. Thank you, Thomas Ian 89. All right, you guys are have to let me know in the chat because I'm gonna miss somebody. I know there was people up higher, but there's too many have come in. So just let me know in the chat right now what reading you're interested in, and I will make a list very quickly. Star Lava. Let's see. I'm gonna put Star Lava. Star Lava. Leo full moon. Sherry. My nose is trying to run. What in the bleep? Resonates for sure. I'm so glad. Sweet. I hope it was helpful. Tell me what type of self-care you're gonna do this week, Tim. Tim wanted talking to heaven. I've been wondering. I've been wondering when that one was coming. Divine timing. Okay. All right, guys. Here we go. I got Starleva, Sherry, Tim, and Divine Timing. Starleva, say hi to me in the comments. Hmm. Hmm. What's one thing? What's one thing you could do this week? Form of self-care. I was just telling Miss Tina, I'm gonna change the NASA. I'm gonna change the shorts, the way I do the shorts. Um, I want to add. So I like that we do like funny shorts. Those are great. And then I like the little quotes. Those are cool, right? Like we all can relate to those. Um, but I want to start doing shorts that talk about like the current astrology, and then um, stay focused. What does that mean? That's not self care. What do you mean by that? Are you telling me to stay focused? No, you're one. Yeah, that's not a good one. Okay. Anyway, I want to do shorts. I started doing them, like where we did a couple of them. I want to say like 5 or 6 of them where they gave you self-care tips, like things that you could do for self-care. Um, and I want to like do more of those, but I want to like pull it together with the astrology of what's happening right now. Right? Does that make sense? Okay, so for example, the Leo full moon. So this energy is peaking on the 1st. Today is the 27th for live streaming, right? Um, very special day in my journey, by the way. But anyway, um, so a self-care tip for the Leo full moon would be okay. So the Leo energy likes to, uh, they like the spotlight, right? They like to be the star of the show. They very charismatic. A lot of like actors and actresses are Leos, right? Leo suns, Leo rising, that type of thing. Um, so a self care tip for Leo full moon energy could be um, to somehow put the spotlight on yourself. To maybe do like karaoke. Karaoke would be absolute perfect, right? Because you're doing something fun, exciting. You're putting yourself on center stage. Isn't welcome? You're putting yourself on center stage. You know what I'm saying? So that would be like a perfect Leo full moon self care tip. So Tim saying staying focused, you may feel like that's the divine masculine in the reading. Like I'm telling you to think of some type of self care that you could do um, for yourself this week, and you're like, stay focused. That is your divine masculine. Don't get mad, but it's like being mean to your energy. It's putting all this pressure, like stay focused, but you're needing self care at this time. So go sing karaoke instead of trying to worry about staying focused. See what I'm trying to say here? Self care. It's Patty. Arrogant attention seekers. Never know. You just never know. But I'm just saying that could be a way to describe some Leo energy. I understand where you're coming from. All right, let's do Star Leva. Let's see what your Leo full moon energy. All right, so peace is on the bottom of the deck. Star Leva is number 28. Have the blue moon. Expect the unexpected. That is my favorite card. Okay, so Leo full moon. Okay, first tell me where is Leo on your chart? So for me, Leo is my second house. So something very unexpected is going to happen with this Leo full moon, but it could happen wherever Leo is on your chart. And whatever it is could bring you some type of peace of mind. All right, I hope that was helpful. Tim says, I haven't been out in a while. Me neither. I'm not allowed. Are you allowed? I'm not normally a fan of karaoke. I feel like I should. Like I should have done it. I had ample opportunity. But I was chicken fed, so I didn't. And now I'm like live streaming on YouTube. Like, hi. All right, Sherry is next. I'm gonna work through these pretty quick, okay? Let me know. Sorry, let me know. Expect the unexpected, whatever it is, right? I love that card because I'm supposed to be like tapping into the energy so I can see like what's coming, so I can tell you all what's coming. And spirit's like, I'm not gonna tell you. All right, Sherry, Leo, full moon. All right, bottom of the deck, you got the void card. It is the dark moon card. It's number one. Whenever I see this card, I always feel like, okay, one, she's laying completely naked on the moon. On the earth. The point of the card is to ground yourself and to like strip yourself of all whatever's right. I've heard the word impurities, but that's not necessarily like the issue. If you feel like, didn't you say, Sherry, that you felt like you were having to sit down, like being forced to sit down? Like sometimes spirit puts us in these like I call them forced vacations, but it's just where we've pushed too hard, and then something happens, and we have to sit down. I feel like the whole world is going through that. I mean, not the world, but like our nation is going through that right now. We had that storm that just covered half the nation, right? So we're all stuck. I think me and my sister were counting, and like we're at this is our fourth day. We've been stuck in here 4 days. Again, expecting. Beaver Moon creation. So for you, it's going to be something that you're manifesting, maybe even something that you wrote down. Ooh, maybe that's why spirits ask you to sit down. Do you journal? Have you been journaling? And do you feel like now you have more time to journal, maybe because you are sitting down? I got distracted by my white hair. Um, Sherry, Leo full moon, you're manifesting something, maybe something you already wrote down, maybe something you forgot about as well. That's why we saw the expect the unexpected card again. All right, Tim, talking to heaven. I forgot that we can't click the names. Let's cover my face. Second house, mine too. So assets. But now you got to go back and listen to your reading because I forgot. I remember the peace of mind. Ooh, that's exciting. It was the expected unexpected. Yes. How exciting. You have to come back, start loving, let me know. So we're all Cancer rising. All right. On the bottom of the deck, I send you loving signs through nature. It shows the butterfly and the that flower that you blow on, make a wish. You're not seeing butterflies, but you're seeing something, like a lot of something. Um, the other day I seen a whole bunch of crows, black birds, black crows. Um, we were driving, and where we were driving at, the birds had kind of like taken over the road, but then we had to go through the road. Dandelion, yes. But then we had to go through the road, and when we went through the road, they all like took off at the same time, like just started flying off at the same time. It definitely was like very, you know, inspirational, spiritual, very what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like mystical type of feeling, right? Um, the birds. You could be seeing birds, like you could be noticing birds. I want to point out that I remember telling my friend when I saw all of it, I was like, birds are messengers. Like if you see a lot of birds, there's going to be a reason for that. They're trying to tell you something, especially if you see, you know, like a lot of. For me, it's the crows, and then they're like cawing at me. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm so much better now. Okay, so I don't know if it's because I know what this card means or if I'm tapping in. I just feel really nervous too. I think it's just because it's new and it's very new. Um, but so the rainbow is sticking out to me as well in this picture. So I feel like whatever the message is, it's about things getting better or being or staying positive or having like a positive outlook to things. I feel like that's what the message is. Those flowers again. Um, there's something else though. Give me just a second. It's a health. It's a health situation. I'm so much better now. Um, okay, so only because I know. I want to say I know. Like, did we talk about it? Did I give you a reading? See, these are the things. But I want to say like there's a heart situation. There's a health situation. It's something that probably lasted. I don't think this was like quick, sudden type of thing. This is something that, and then do you have this fear now too? Okay, too much. I think the message is to stay hopeful, to stay positive, to always look for a positive outcome. There's definitely something about a health situation here, a heart situation. I know that you also had like a heart situation. So I don't know if the message is about your situation or if you're worried now because of what happened to this person. And the message with this person is for you to keep a positive outlook. Let's be the outlook. I think a lot of times when our parents pass away, we go through um, like this period of questioning our own health and like our own mortality. Um, my mom was like 52 or something like that when she died. I was 32 when she passed away, super so young. Um, from the moment she passed to me sitting here talking to you today, I feel like her passing has caused some type of uh, like disturbance in my own belief system when it comes to like my own mortality and my own death and my own health and my own all those things. And I think it's normal. So when your parents, one of your parents pass, it's normal to be worried about those things and questioning those things. But can it keep you like stuck? Can the fear keep you stuck or in a like a cycle of no action? Um, of course, right? All right. I'm so much better now. I know you worry about me and you wonder how much I suffered in my life in passing. Both you and I would feel so much better, though, if you would focus on the present. I promise you that I feel a million percent better now that I'm here. Your love for me is a true miracle, especially after all that we went through together. I value and honor your love more than you will ever know. Um, Okay. So now that I'm out of my physical body, there is no more pain or suffering, and I am free. My mind is also healthy as I no longer have to worry about any of the stressful parts of Earth life. Truly, the only thing that would make me happier is for you to be happy. And as much as you pray for me, I pray for your happiness too. I love you. Okay, so I got a little bit of a message here. There could have been an issue. There's guilt. We all have guilt. So that it's kind of lame. And I don't mean to say that it's lame. It's just general. Um, the message is that you have some guilt about your relationship, where it was, where it should have been, something like that. And the message is that this person wants you to release that guilt. And I think too, because I'm seeing all of it, it's like, I think too, to understand that we all go through this. We all experience this. That's why I was saying, like, when my mom passed, I had that feeling of like, oh shit, I'm gonna die young too, right? So there's something about that. There's something about like guilt, and then like your own feelings about your situation. So, I mean, clearly the message is just stay positive. Swap those thoughts to positive thoughts. But here's the thing: you're not going to be able to do that if you're not taking action. If you're at home going, Tim, stay focused, stay focused, stay focused, then you're just going to keep thinking about the thing that you're thinking about. If you stop doing that and go somewhere and put your, it's Leo energy. So put yourself in the spotlight somewhere where you're the star of the show. I just said karaoke because it's just an idea and it was just something that came to my mind that it would be the perfect idea for Leo energy. You know what I'm saying? If you like that type of thing. But think about it, Tim. If you went to go do karaoke, would you be telling yourself, oh my God, Tim, stay focused? You're not staying focused enough. You see what I'm saying? You wouldn't be. You'd be off having a good time and you'd be resting your mind and you wouldn't be in all of this, shame, guilt, remorse type of energy. Do some sacral chakra uh, cleansing. Like just Google that. And then do something that is self-care, like just for fun. Leo energy is just for fun. You know what I mean? It's not a serious energy. Patty was right. Attention seeking is very strong Leo energy. All right, divine timing. Let's pull a Queen of the Moon for the Leo full moon, and then I'm going to wrap it up with Vanessa. I'm so sorry, Vanessa. Thank you for loving me. And then, guys, tomorrow night I'm going to be back with the February Twin Flame energy update, and I most likely will offer some Twin Flame readings at the end. Hi, Divine Timing. Say hi to me in the chat. Relationship guilt. I did too, and I think that there's something to be said when they pass and you're not in the same location. Does that make sense? Like for me, I gotta talk about my book for you all. But like for me, it was my mom was in San Diego, so it was like the sheriff's department called me, and I was like, I had to go. And then I just had to fly out there, type of thing. And I think not being there or like not seeing her, maybe I struggled with acceptance for a good minute. You know what I mean? And then, she was cremated, so that even made it worse. It's definitely a very traumatizing time. But I don't think like any one of us could experience our parents passing and it not be traumatizing. Like even if you don't have a good relationship with your parent, just the idea of the person who gave you life, you know what I'm saying? Not being here anymore is jarring in itself. Yes. So is that the guilt? Like, is there something there? Because I feel like that's what I'm kind of picking up on. Um, yeah. So I was in Indiana, and my mom was in San Diego. I will say she was happy there. I mean, she had herself a little apartment she really liked, and I don't know, she was happy. So, but yeah, I felt weird that I like wasn't there with her when it happened. Yes, that part right there. Okay, so the message is clear that we're gonna let that go, right? I think sometimes the issues are bigger than we think they are. and we put something else on the forefront, like let's say the focusing, and you're like, I think it's the focusing for me. I just need to focus more, but maybe it's the guilt from the distance and not being there. You see what I'm saying? Like that could be the underlying under the rug type of thing. And I think that's what the message was. Like I'm pretty sure the message was, yes, stay positive and have positive thoughts and keep a positive outlook, but it's also like you're not going to be able to do that if you're cycling through the guilt of whatever. You see what I mean? My mom passed alone too. It's very challenging. Very challenging. All right, I'm gonna go check on Twitch real quick. It's getting pretty quiet over there. Just being quiet. I understand. We are doing free readings tonight, so let me know if anyone over there is interested. All right, have we seen Divine Timing? If not, have we seen Vanessa? Vanessa, can you say hi to me in the chat? Unless I'm doing it alone. What do you mean by that? What's that mean? Like you don't have like siblings? Izzy on YouTube. Got you. I will say I was married when my mom passed. I wouldn't say that I was with someone who was very supportive, but I wouldn't say I was alone either. All right, so I see Divine Timing. I'm gonna start there. Here's your card. Ready? You got the protection card. It's number 24. You also have full moon power on the bottom. Ooh, ooh, I'm so glad that the words were covering my face. um, so what I was gonna say before I burp, and I just want y'all to know, like I know it sounds weird and silly. Miss Al, she's the one who taught me. The yawning, the watery eyes, there's so many signs that you're channeling, the burping. I'm telling you. But anyway, what I was going to say is I believe divine timing that you're going to use this full moon to harness your power in some way for protection. I wanted to say that I thought it was protection for you, like that you were doing something to protect yourself more, but it's not. There's someone around you that you're trying to protect. And then, of course, the cardinal is sticking out to me, like passed on loved one, but the nest is also sticking out to me. I mean, it could also be that you have a passed on loved one that is protecting you, which is very possible. But I don't know. There's something about the full moon power. You're harvesting your power and you're protecting something. Maybe something. It's a nest, so it could be like something you're creating, something like that. It says enough on me. All right. I hope that was helpful. Vanessa, Leo, full moon. I just saw the peace card, Vanessa. Bottom of the deck is the creation card. Ooh, and the masculine. You're manifesting counterpart energy. Ooh, are you calling him in? You could be writing something, writing a letter. Maybe you wrote in your journal. Maybe you're manifesting by accident, just through thoughts. daydreaming, visualizing. Um, so the masculine, I think it's a person that you're trying to call in. But the masculine lunar god card in the Queen of the Moon Oracle talks about like balancing your inner masculine and feminine energies. So there's something about that. So if you feel, so tell me, Vanessa, because I feel I haven't talked to you, I don't think, about the manifesting. But I feel like I've talked to most of the moderators. I feel like we're all manifesting very quickly, like drop of a dime type of stuff. Do you feel like you're manifesting that quickly? And I don't mean like we're manifesting like $1 million, bankrolls or anything like that. I'm talking about little things. I noticed something. Don't laugh. But I noticed something for me is food. I'm manifesting food like drop of a dime. I mean, it's crazy how quickly I'm manifesting like going out to eat meals like Chinese and steak. And I mean, it's so weird. I don't know. I guess spirit doesn't want me to be hungry. But stuff like that. I feel like I'm manifesting really quickly. I want somebody to call me, or I'm thinking about them, and then they call like right after that. Stuff like this. You know what I'm saying, Vanessa? Do you feel like you're also doing that? If you do, then this just could be confirmation that you're balancing your inner masculine and feminine. If you feel like you're struggling to manifest or call in what it is that you want, you could try writing it down, but it's going to have something more to do with that balance of your inner masculine and feminine energies. All right, I hope that was helpful. Izzy, Izzy on YouTube, say hi to me in the chat. All right, and then I think that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up after that. Guys, make sure to join me tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to be looking at our twin flame energies for February. And then Thursday night, all 12 signs, we're looking at the first week of February, so February 1st through the 7th. If you came in late, we did talk about Leo full moon at the very beginning. We'll talk more about Leo full moon Tuesday when we go over all of the February transits as well next week. Thank you, Divine Timing. Thank you, Vanessa. All right. Here we go, Izzy. I hope you're ready. Ooh. All right, so purity card comes out. It is the snow moon. I'm going to keep that out because that is the moon that we are having. That is the Leo full moon. Purity talks about a clean slate, giving yourself a clean slate. And also, there's this energy too of the snow. Okay, so you could feel like you don't know where you're going. You're struggling to get traction. You don't know like where the path is. Like the path is covered. You could feel like you're kind of lost. If that's the case, all of that is happening so that you can purify. So you could feel like you're in a new place. You could feel like you are dealing with new things. Maybe it's new people. Maybe you feel uncomfortable in a way like your friends group is changing. Maybe your old friends are falling away. Something like that. Maybe you're finding yourself like more and more on your own, and you're like, why is this happening? It's happening so that you can purify, so that you can cleanse. Sometimes when we're going through ascension, we could be attached to things that can't ascend with us, like can't go where we're going, right? All right, you also got the action and darkness card. Ooh. Okay, so the action card is pretty easy. It just says that you need to take some type of action. The reason you're not taking an action is because it's scary as shit. The darkness card is number 40 in the moon. It does talk about like going down this path and having this fear. All right, I'm gonna break it down, make it super easy because it's not that scary. You're facing something that you've been really scared to do, so you haven't taken any action, Leo full moon's going to help you do that. But the reason you haven't taken any action is because it looks dark and scary. Like you're looking at this path you need to go down and you can't see what's on the other end. So it's like it's really dark down there. So you're not even taking any steps to go because you're like, I can't see down there. I don't know what's going to happen. I know I need to go in that direction, but I just am too scared to, whatever reason. I want to point out too with the long night moon darkness card, there's this one rabbit on the right side of the path, and I've always felt like it feels uneven. Like maybe you thought someone was going to go down this long, scary path with you, and you're finding yourself like doing it on your own. All right, here's what I'm going to say. Ready? The point of this card, remember, I'm using Queen of the Moon Oracle. It's number 40, Long Night Moon Darkness card. The point of the card is that when you're looking at like something that's like further away, it looks dark and scary. The closer you get to it, like the full moon, for example, the more it illuminates, the more light there is, the more you can see, the more clarity there is. So the more action you take to get closer to the thing that you're really scared of, is the more you realize, oh, it's not that scary, it's not that bad, right? And that's literally with anything. So there's something that you're not taking action on because you need to give yourself a clean slate. You could feel, again, lost, like you're not sure where you're going. Could feel like someone was supposed to go with you, but you're finding yourself doing it on your own. And you're going to have to find that Leo energy courage to take the action to start heading down the path of that thing that's making you uncomfortable or scared. Because the closer you get to it, the stronger, wiser, braver you're going to be, but the more you're going to realize that it wasn't that scary to begin with. All right, Izzy, I hope that was helpful. I love it. You're so patty. Thank you. All right, is that it? Anyone else? Do you want a card? Let me know, Twitch. Let me see. I thought I talked about everything. Leo full moon comes in on the first, guys. On the first. 5 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock my time. Tomorrow night, I'll be back. We're going to do the twin flame current energy for the month of February. All 12 signs for the first week of February on Thursday night. Guys, if you're new, make sure to hit the subscribe button, all of that good stuff. If the readings pulled at your heartstrings, make sure to like, comment, share, all those good things, right? If you're looking for personal readings, you can find those over on my website only. We are now officially only on the website. No more Etsy. I don't have nice things to say about Etsy. I'm not going to say anything right now. But we are officially, completely everything over on the website. Links are going to be in the description box as always. Yes, make sure to hit the thumbs up for me, everyone, please, and thank you. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with me and talking to me about the Leo full moon, and letting me read for you guys. All right, I hope to see everyone soon. I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey